So yeah, guys, I'm here to talk to you guys about Deathstroke 2, which if you guys have never seen it, it's the story of Deathstroke, aka Slade Wilson. For anyone who might know him, he was one of the villains in Teen Titans and...
I like to get shit-faced.
What? What? It's dead. We're doing Deadpool.
I like to get...
Sword sheath, it's the return of the blade and slice shade, getting paid into my silhouette fades. A mercenary, spit celebrity versus scary sage, doing girlies dirty, splitting with obituaries. Death is not
So Deadpool 2 is the story of Deadpool, aka Wade Wilson, who, if you guys haven't seen the first movie, pretty much he is this anti-hero within the Marvel universe, and I'm pretty sure all you guys have seen the movie at this point because it's fantastic. It's also one of the first rated R Marvel films to have come out, and it was rated R on purpose because of the fact that all of the fan base was complaining over the PG-13 rating it had originally gotten when they had pitched the original cut. So the original actually went on to break movie records with the amount that it was able to make in a single weekend and continued to make. And to be honest, I am a huge fan of Deadpool, both in the comics as well as in the film. So Deadpool 1, fantastic. One of the funniest superhero movies that I've seen in a long time, simply because of Wade Wilson's comedy, as well as Ryan Reynolds, which I think this was literally the role he was born to play. He absolutely kills it. So that's why I was a little bit nervous about the second one. Would it still strike the same amount of magic? Or, would it falter because the first film set the bar so high? Gotta be honest with you guys. The second one blew my mind. It reached all of my expectations and more. There are a few faults which I'll get into a little bit later on in the film, but it was everything that you'd want from a superhero movie. Good story, good character development, amazing acting. The comedy is just everywhere. I was dying in so many scenes throughout the film. Within the first half of the film, we're introduced to, Deadpool doing his assassin job around the world, killing Yakuza bosses, Russian mobs, mafias, just bad guys, certain individuals in particular. And as he's doing his job, you end up seeing the relationship between him and, his, what is the chick's name? So you're able to see what Deadpool Wade Wilson does on his off time, where he lives in his gorgeous freaking loft apartment with his significant other, Vanessa, who plays a very major role in the beginning of the film. Later on, a lot of occurrences happen, and pretty much Deadpool is forced to join up with the X-Men to help stop an evil organization from kidnapping a child with, crazy ass powers. I'm gonna start with what I did not like about the film. The first, I guess, half hour before the actual title credits start, I think it's about 20 minutes to half an hour, is actually a little bit jumbled, that it feels like the pacing is a little bit off compared to the rest of the movie. The beginning, it has really high points, but then it just has like a lull right in the middle, and it kind of breaks, the momentum that it's building up for itself. It's necessary to the storyline, and I see why they paced it that way, but I feel like it could have been, directed in a different style so that it could have kept with the rest of the movie, because it really feels like the beginning it's almost disconnected from the rest of the film, but for obvious reasons. But I feel like there's a way that it could have been woven in a little bit better. When he creates the X-Force, they're actually only shown on camera for, minuscule amounts of time, which is super shitty because the cast that the team that he brings together is fucking hilarious, and they have so much chemistry between each other that it makes it entertaining, and you're expecting a little bit more from them when they actually are on camera. Now, what is fantastic about the film? The film has every single thing you would want for a Deadpool sequel and more. The original had comedy out the wazoo, straight out of your grandmother's asshole. It was fucking hilarious. And then I thought, hopefully they don't bring too many gags back from the first movie, so it's not just like, like Family Guy or The Simpsons where they reuse gags or jokes. But it's not. They bring back the important shit and they don't overuse it. But the comedy and the writing is just so funny. His interactions, even with characters from the first film, like Negasonic, what the fuck is it? Negasonic Teenage Warhead? God, that is the worst fucking name ever. Could they not make it more of a mouthful? As well as his interactions and chemistry with the new X-Men that you're introduced to, which I'm not gonna mention. So my last pet peeve, and I think the biggest fault of the movie, is that there's a lot of CGI used. Obviously, if you guys have seen the trailer, Colossus comes back, and his CGI isn't bad. But especially during later scenes where there's a lot of CGI used, it becomes almost a little bit underwhelming from how things look. We're in the year 2018 where CGI is almost like at its peak. Like, dude, so many characters look almost human from the way that they do it within CGI. At certain points, it just drops in quality within Deadpool 2. There's one fight in particular at the end of the movie where two CGI characters are fighting, and it just looks awkward. It looks a little bit choppy and dated, as if you're seeing, you know, like a film from 2005, 2006. To be honest, you know what it reminds me of a little bit? You guys remember the Hulk, the original one, not the one with Edward Norton, the shitty one where he fights the bulldogs. Like, that one, that CGI, that's what it looks like. And you know that movie came out in like, what, 2004, 5? Some shit like that. Thank you, Kevin. Michael, fact check. The action within the film is so satisfactory. Every single fight scene is choreographed to the T, and it is just shows the amount of talent that all these actors have, or their stunt doubles, when it comes to the fights. It is so fucking good. Every single fight involving Deadpool, even the fucking backup characters, or even the X-Men, seeing Colossus fight, seeing anyone fight from the X-Men was the fucking tits. And just seeing the villain's abilities, even crazier. Because I'm gonna be honest, I'm not the most knowledgeable person when it comes to the Marvel universe. I know a lot about the comics, but there's always gonna be those random background characters, like Black Davy Jones or whatever the fuck his name is, which you'll see within the film if you haven't. Like, whatever he is. He has actually a pretty crazy ass superpower, but in the film it's not really represented like that. But just because I didn't know at the time, and then actually seeing it, I'm like, yo, that is fucking tight. So it still gives you that feeling of you're still seeing something new, even though you're still familiar with a lot of the characters returning from the first film. So even though I was complaining before that at certain points the movie gets a little bit stale, when it picks up, it does not stop fucking picking up. It is a roller coaster, just until it reaches its fucking climax. It is so much build up, and it is so worth it. Lastly, the ending of the movie, super satisfactory, especially, I'm telling you this now, wait till it's mid-credit scene. They actually don't do it after the credits, I know, because I waited for another 15 minutes while the theater emptied out. It's amazing. It is so fucking funny. It is fucking perfect, and it, without spoiling anything, fixes a lot of problems that happen, like it retcons a lot of the issues that happen within the Marvel universe that you may be asking, well, how are they gonna do this movie if this fucking happened here? Yeah, Deadpool finds a way to fix it, and it is genius because it's relevant to the plot, it's hilarious, and it actually feels like it fits in instead of it just being, you know, a teaser for the next film that they're gonna do, which I'm 100% sure with how well Deadpool 2 did, that they will do a Deadpool 3. It's a fantastic film if you're a fan of comedy, if you're a fan of action, even if you're just fucking bored on an afternoon and just want to watch something. It's a good film overall. I would give it like a 9 out of 10 just for the small shit that I mentioned, but that is still a fucking good score for a film, a superhero film, which are typically known to be mediocre. So did you guys actually love Deadpool 2? Did you guys think I was wrong when it came to, you know, what I was calling out for the missteps in the movie? Or did you think it was a piece of crap and not anywhere near as good as the original? Well then, comment below, make sure to like, subscribe, share to all your friends. Make sure to follow our Twitter, our Instagram, our Facebook, our YouTube, so we can keep on doing more Talking Shots videos.
Thank you guys so much for watching. If you like what we do, you should totally support our boys over at Right Side Media, who were dope enough to lend us their facilities and to lend their talents.
Of course, if you guys need anything regarding marketing, your business, creating a social media presence, Right Side Media is the right way to go. And I'm Mookie Castro.
And I'm Mike Dangerous.
And this is Talking Shots.